This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio.
It's a blessed morning to you out there, listeners. Thank you for joining us on Newspaper Review on Power 365 Online Radio. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and I'll be bringing you major headlines from the Punch newspaper. Alright, this first story is this first headline, which attracts virtually all attention, says Tinubu's speech attracts knocks kudos. Dangote diesel sulfur triggers concern. Marketers fault rejection report. Hunger protests. Marketers stop fuel supply. Queues resurface. How we broke 20-year jinx to reach Olympics quarterfinal. That's on the sports page of the Punch newspaper. And then this is saying Justin DSS arrest and bad governance in Nigeria protest leader in Abuja. And then this is also saying Kaduna traders count losses, lament low patronage. Police to conduct autopsy on Justice Ajumagobia daughter's body. Benue widow, 6 children hospitalized after pap meal. Ex-convict, 2 others nabbed over Ekiti killings. Boa Foods grows profit to 130 billion naira despite headwinds. Public debt stock may hit 130 trillion naira by December. That's a report. Tech adoption crucial for wealth transfer to Gen Z's investment advisors. And then on the foreign scene, this is saying EU rejects Venezuela President Maduro's electoral victory. Buhari's minister faults Tinubu's broadcast backs protest organizers. Imagine how anxiety over hunger protests triggered federal government's emergency policies. Empower your people or face sack, Fubara tells CTC chairman. End bad governance in Nigeria. Ondo PDP accuses Ayedatiwa of inducing youths, clergymen, others. And then this is still on the sports page. The Tigress brace for American challenge in Olympics quarterfinal. And then still on the sports page, Simon's injury worries Nantes boss. Ajayi Ashe bow out of 100 meter. And then this is still on Power 365 online radio. Okay, let's go to the entertainment page. This is saying Paul reveals fresh trouble in P Square. Celebs divide over support for hunger protest. How created stunts in Oloture. The journey that's coming from JD Odibo. And my biggest competitor says Shank Comics. My music meant to inspire listeners. That's coming from Efeziono. And then the Punch has some interesting editorials where this is saying military intervention will escalate protests, rescuing Nigeria's healthcare system, need to secure. And then this is also saying need to secure the prisons. Alright, so let me take a short break. When I return, I'll bring you full gist from the newspapers.
Ayé.
Alright, welcome back to Power 365 Online Radio Newspaper Review. The headlines I read to you earlier were from the Punch newspaper. Now let's delve into the Daily Independent. And then these are the headlines from the Daily Independent. This says Tinubu draws flack after broadcast on End Bad Governance protest. Speech hollow, failed to address hardships of Nigerians. That's coming from article. Devoid of answers to demands by traumatized youths. Ozekome. Speech didn't address crackdown on protesters, says Shoyinka. Investigate mass murder of peaceful protesters. Aborishade tells Tinubu. Broadcast, while belated, sounded perfunctory, says Nwanguma. Tinubu missed opportunity to placate citizens. Obi Ezekwesili. JAMB uncovers discrepancies in 2024-2025 tertiary admissions. NDLEA intercepts drug consignment in baby food tins close to US, UK. Alright, I'll take a short break. When I return, I'll bring you news. Alright, you're welcome back. Grounding of Arik Air Fleet spells doom for aviation sector. That's coming from experts. And then there's still some interesting headlines on the front page of the Daily Independent. There's a saying protest, IPI demands probe of attacks on journalists. Enugu government approves 183 billion naira for 141 urban roads, 20 rural roads. Hoodlums chase away protesters from Lagos Freedom Park. Bank chairmen, CEOs divided over federal government's forex windfall tax. Protests set up to Commonwealth hold federal government to account for attacks on journalists. Alright, let's see more interesting headlines on the Daily Independent. Rep Agbese backs one agenda, calls for transparency in oil and gas sector. OSCOM secretary commends organizers of nationwide protest. Alright, there's so many headlines. Let me start from the Punch newspaper, and then I'll delve into the Daily Independent. And actually, virtually all newspapers have this banner headline on the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's speech, and then the reactions of Nigerians, especially prominent Nigerians, to this protest, to his speech. And then let me bring this from the Punch headline, the Punch newspaper. Hunger protest, Tinubu speech attracts knocks. Kudos. The organizers of the End Bad Governance protest have demanded the release of 1,150 protesters allegedly arrested by the police during the first 3 days of the nationwide rallies. In response to the appeal by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to end the protest, which has claimed several lives, following a broadcast on Sunday morning, the organizers, Take It Back movement, Youth Rights Campaign, and the Creative Change Center, in separate interviews with the Punch newspaper on Sunday, vowed to carry on with the demonstration, stating that Tinubu did not address their demands in his Sunday morning national broadcast. Tinubu had called for dialogue and an immediate end to the nationwide protests that have rocked the nation since Thursday. Protesters, largely youths, have been marching across several states, including Lagos and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, for an end to bad governance and economic hardship. All right, let me quickly jump to other paragraphs of this story. It's a long read, very long read. It's a long read, and let me check the Daily Independent. Page 29 of the Daily Independent has that story too, and let's see what it has. Okay, so this is saying Tinubu draws flag over. Okay, so let's see what the reaction of some prominent Nigerians. This is coming from Atiku. Tinubu's speech failed to address hardship of Nigerians. Reacting, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar said President Tinubu failed to address the grievances of protesters. And then this is also saying, okay, let's see what is the president's ally, Wole Soyinka, had to say. Tinubu's speech didn't address crackdown on protesters. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka criticized President Bola Tinubu's Sunday's national broadcast for not addressing the crackdown on protesters by security agencies. In a statement on Sunday after Tinubu's address, Soyinka expressed concern over the president's omission of the shooting and killing of protesters demanding good governance. Soyinka condemned the use of live bullets and tear gas by the Nigeria police force to manage civic protests, saying that such actions would lead to violence. And then coming from Aborishade, human rights lawyer Mr. Femi Aborishade said President Tinubu's speech was an insensitive one to the extent that it failed to address the demands of the peaceful protesters, predicated on the singular main demands of reversal of harsh and pernicious policy of withdrawal of fuel subsidy. It's a long read too on the Daily Independent. Pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read more on the story. Alright, so let me bring the story from page 28 of the Daily Independent. Oyo Subeb, 8 teachers applaud smooth conduct of CBT exam. The Association of Primary School Head Teachers of Nigeria, OPSON, has applauded the smooth conduct of the recently held computer-based test for job seekers by the Oyo State Universal Basic Education Board. In a statement on Saturday, Chairman OPSON Mr. Adekunle Adedeji expressed confidence in the conduct of the examination, noting that there were no reported incidents. Alright, so that's on page 28 of the Daily Independent. Still on page 28 of the Daily Independent, double efforts to end HIV, or your government tells healthcare centers. To ensure proper treatment adherence, the Oyo State government, through the State Agency for Control of AIDS, OSACA, has urged healthcare centers providing comprehensive HIV treatment, care, and support to people living with HIV, PLHIV across the state to enhance their performance. This is also saying Olubadan stool. Ladoja agrees to wear beaded crown. The former governor of Oyo State and Otun Olubadan of Ibadan land, High Chief Rashidi Ladoja, has accepted to receive and wear the beaded crown if that is the wish of God and Ibadan people as part of the new requirement to ascend the throne of Olubadan. That's actually a viral story that came up yesterday by on a radio station in Ibadan yesterday. All right, so our time is fast spent. Let me quickly take a break. When I return, I'll bring you more news.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Back. This is still Power 365 Online Radio, your favorite online radio in Ibadan in the Southwest. Alright, so let's go to the state of Anambra, where Governor Soludo replaces hunger protests with bumper harvest. As people protest against the hunger and bad governance in other states of the Federation, Governor Chukwumas Charles Soludo of Anambra State launched Operation Farm to Feed campaign initiative. He flagged off the program, which aims to encourage and mobilize Anambra people to venture into farming and at a farm in Amansia, Oka North local government area on Saturday. It's an interesting read. You may pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read more on that. And Saheed President's call for dialogue. APC chieftain admonishes protesters. A chieftain of the All Progressives Congress has appealed to the organizers of the End Bad Governance protest to listen to President Bola Tinubu and discontinue the protest. The APC chieftain Olatubosun Oyintiloye said since the president had acknowledged that he had heard their grievances loud and clear, they should embrace dialogue as suggested. And then this is saying, Plateau Commissioner applauds protesters over peaceful conduct. Mr. Musa Ibrahim Ashams, the Plateau State Commissioner for Information and Public Affairs, has commended residents of the state for peaceful conduct of themselves in the recent End Bad Governance protests in the state. I'm leaving that. And then this is coming from Onoesoke. Tinubu's nationwide address lacks merit, fails to address insecurity, fuel importation. Chief Sonny Onoesoke, a former governorship aspirant of the People's Democratic Party in Delta State, has noted with dismay that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu failed to mention his plan to end importation of refined products and getting the refineries working. Igbo must go protest. NNPP chairman chides. Proponent says it's condemnable. National chairman of the New Nigeria People's Party, Dr. Agbo Major, has come down hard on the proponents of the hashtag Igbo must go, which tended to incite the Southwesterners to revolt against Igbos living in Lagos, Nigeria's former capital city. The outspoken chairman of the party called on well-meaning Nigerians to voice their condemnation of the hashtag, which is already causing disaffection among sections of the country. Alright, so we have so many stories, but our time is fast spent. Try to grab a copy of the Daily Independent and a copy of the Punch newspaper to have a full view of all the stories that we've brought to you. Until when next you hear from me, my name is Olamide Adeniji. Do have a blessed day. Goodbye.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365.